Hello there. This is Panzer J. Patton coming to you from the tower in Loves Park, Illinois. I wanted to talk about chips today, why I'm using the particular chips that I'm using. I am colorblind. I'm not completely colorblind. It's best to describe it as I don't see it in black and white, but some colors look the same under different circumstances. So when you buy the G40 game, you get these gray and green chips. Now, in this particular setting, I can tell the difference between the green and the gray. But when they're stacked together, say we took and put another gray on top of that, I would not be able to distinguish that there were two gray chips and one green chip. So when I decided to start buying some chips, I made a switch, and I'll show you what I switched to. So then the next thing is I've got two infantry here, and one of these is an Italian, and one of these is a German. Now, the German has the Sire Blood paint scheme, so it's kind of that gray color, and one of these is I forget the color of brown, but it's a shade of brown. And I will tell you, sitting here right now, I cannot tell the difference, which is which. One of those is German, one of those is not. Now, if I take it, pick it up, and put it in my hand, I can usually tell, but even now, I can't. So the best way I know to determine which is which is I get a group of them together. And when I get a group of them together, it usually works itself out. But this becomes a problem because German and Italian troops are on the board in very similar space. Sometimes they share a space. That becomes a problem. Now, my buddy, Rodney, is very patient with me. I always ask him, if I can't tell, hey, which is which here, and, is this Italian? Sometimes I even get, sometimes the Russian troops are a little bit hard to see because they're so dark. So it becomes a little bit of a problem. It becomes a little problem, but not a big one. Not a big one. All right. So because of the color blindness, I wanted to switch what chips I was using. So take those away. And actually, I'm going to show you this. If I bring in this white chip, now that green looks green. Yeah, that green looks green. And I don't know how to explain it, but it just works that way. All right, so anyway, I replaced the gray with a white. And this is actually replacing the green. That's a 3. But I also brought in the red, and that's 5. So this represents 1, 3, and 5. So anyway, this really negates the colorblind issue on chips. Totally negates it. Now with the German, let me get these off and I can tell. All right, this is the German. This is the Italian guy. Have him face the camera. So this is the German guy. So now if I take the German off and put a black German, the original out-of-box color, Totally different. I can totally tell the difference. And as much as I love the Sire Blood paint scheme, I'm slowly transitioning back to this black. It's just easier for me to see. I wanted this to be really quick video, and I just want, I've been looking for a kind of a sign off. And what I've been doing is just saying signing off. But I think I'm going to change that to fill out your donor card, you know. Be an organ donor, fill out your donor card. If you want to know why I'm very strong about that opinion, watch my last video and you'll know why. I'm going to be doing a YouTube game, probably BBR3. I know they're playtesting BBR4. By the way, there's 2 good video series out there. There's the BBR playtest, which is G.I. Joe and VK doing the Allies, and Matt Todd and Hambone doing the Axis. I gotta tell you, Matt Todd is putting on a clinic of how to do Sea Lion. I mean, I think he's actually following that Gargantuan's advice that he gave on Detroit's channel. So anyway, check out that BBR4 game. There's a BBR3 game, and that is the Chaplain and Lieutenant Dan. They are actually in a rematch. The Lieutenant Dan won the first match, and so now the Chaplain is playing the Axis, and they're doing a rematch. They play with this diplomacy chips, which Pagan came up with, and you know, it's interesting. I'm not sure if I like it or not, but it is interesting. And it has to do with strict neutrals. Anyway, watch their series and it'll be good. Again, that's the Chaplain and Lieutenant Dan. All right, that's all I really have. This is Panzer J. Patton. Please be an organ donor and fill out your donor card.